A pleasure to see my fellow brothers. It's been a minute. And Dan, it's amazing how 24 hours go. For London, you were asking me about the top four, and I was telling you, I was umming and ahhing. And then some news broke out today that we'll be taking one of LB's boys, and all of a sudden, 5 people are involved in a title race. Don't blame me. I'm just explaining to you what's happened in 24 hours. Look,
approach them legally, though, Dej, yeah, when you go to Man City.
What's that?
Approach them legally when you go after them.
Yeah, of course. Look, the truth of the matter is, I feel like let's not do the usual stuff. We know Liverpool has really strengthened the way that Errol's doing the lean back like the Fat Joe. He seems like he's got no problems at all going on. We know Chelsea've strengthened. We know Arsenal finally got their striker. So those 3 teams definitely involved. But let's not rule out LB's team. LB's come back with some gusto. He's cut his hair as well. So we know that Man City are going to be involved in the mix. And dare I say it, lads, I will struggle to be on this show if we don't include Newcastle, who might keep Isak. If Newcastle keep Isak, they're definitely in the equation. And if Tottenham do what I believe they should do, and it's looking more and more likely as minutes pass on, and bring in Savinho for the left-hand side and potentially Eze, then you can't rule out my club from the conversation. So already on this panel, it feels like the 5 of us and then Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa who are playing a participatory role. And I don't mind that if we want to give back to the community.
What about Palace, bro? What about Palace?
I think there's 5 of us involved. I can't wait to get started. I'm chomping at the bit. And I want us to make a statement against PSG on Wednesday and then really make the statement on the weekend against Burnley, slap them up, and then, Spurs are fully involved.
You think you're making a statement against PSG? Did you watch the Tottenham game versus Bayern Munich game?
Bro, there's several statements to be made there.
Yeah, they made the statement in the Bayern Munich game.
Did you do the statement? Is a yes or no? Did you watch the Spurs v Bayern Munich game?
I watched the Bayern Munich game. First and foremost, I have to say, Spurs never play well against Bayern Munich. That's not new. I remember at home we got slapped like
it was not well, and then there was that. Jeez,
that's not new. But what happened after that game, which I was really grateful for Bayern Munich for, Spurs were not interested in a winger. We were going to bring in a 10. We were going to bring in a centre back. That game highlighted the hole on the left hand side. And today, LB and LB, look, we're brothers now, so let's not do that animosity thing. Thank you very much for Savinho. And if that's opened the door for you to get Rodrigo, you should also send some love my way.
What are you saying, LB? Title race? Come on, talk to me.
Who I think's in a title race?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I always think that you're in a title race until you're not in a title race, right? So, everyone. At the end of the day, everyone starts. Everybody starts on 0 points. Last one in the fucking league. You know what I mean? Like, what you want to go into the season with an L mentality? I think everybody should aim to win the title, right? Now, obviously, we can be more realistic about it, but Arsenal should be in a title race. City, Newcastle, Liverpool, and I'm struggling to include Chelsea and Villa. I'm struggling to include them.
Bro, how can Newcastle be in a title race, but we are?
They're better than you. I think they're better than you.
Bro, are we doing this already?
Yeah, I mean, what might as well start.
We're 7 minutes in, and Newcastle are in a title race.
I think Chelsea are being mad overrated. I think Chelsea are being mad overrated.
Come on.
I think you're being mad overrated.
No,
I'm the absolute opposite to you. I'm the absolute opposite to you, LB. There's no way we cannot be talking about Chelsea not being in the title race. Look at the money they've spent again this summer.
I agree on that point.
They have to be in the title race. And to be fair, we're starting first show back this season. We can't be doing this. We don't know where Chelsea are going to be. We can't be playing this down. Nah, they've had long enough now.
They should be in a title race, but I don't think they will be. Bro, you remember, they rested half the team when it was in the Conference League last year. They rested half the team, and they snuck in the Champions League. And now everyone expects them to just be in a title race straight away. I don't think
We're the best team in the world for the next 4 years. We are in a title race.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Wolfie, what are you doing here? Let this happen. This is what should be happening because we spent the whole season last year, Charlie playing this all down.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Pete. You're right.
We should be winning with this.
Right,
He's saying they're the best club in the world. He's giving it the big one.
We are.
2 billion. They should be. So therefore, they should be in a title race. They should be.
We should be in a title race. We should be.
I've said it for Chelsea. Minimum third place, but in a title race right to the end. Minimum. They should be. They should be minimum semi-final Champions League. I'm putting that pressure on Chelsea right now. That is where Chelsea need to be. That is their expectation.
Top 3 finish for sure. And look, we are in a title race. There's no doubt. Look, last season we were in a title race for half the season. We're a much better team now. We've got better players. Another year's experience under this manager, and I'm not saying we're going to win the league, but we should be competing in a title race up until the last few months of the season. There's no reason why we can't. The team's good enough. The players are good enough. The manager's good enough. He's proven himself. We're not winning. I'm not saying we're going to win the league, but we should be competing and putting pressure on your Liverpools, your Cities, your Arsenals.
Wait. You don't get to do this, Charlie. Pete's right.
No,
Hold on. You're saying Chelsea are going to fall off at the end of the season based on what you just said. Be in a title race until March, blah, 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 yeah? Wasn't your finish to the season last season one of the best ones?
It was good,
out of the 20 teams. So why are you down dialing your finish to the season?
Here we go.
Because all I'm saying is
arguably your best part of the season.
Yeah, it was, and that was a very good part of the season. All I'm saying is that natural progression from last season, right? We were able to maintain a challenge loosely for 6 months. Now we need to maintain that for a whole season if we can.
You're world champions, Charlie. You're world champions. You keep telling us
we are. But we get to
England's about this big compared to the rest of the world.
Well, hold on. We haven't competed for a Premier League title or got near a Premier League title since 2017.
Did Leicester compete before they won it?
No, they didn't. But that was a one-off fluke season. We have not competed for a Premier League title since 2017, since we last won it. We haven't even finished higher than third since 2017, right? And that has got to stop at some point. We need a Premier League title. And I do think in the next few years it will come. I'm not saying we're going to win the league next year, but we're definitely going to be in contention and we definitely will be one of the best sides in the league. And I do think we'll finish above Arsenal. And I do think that we can give City a good run for their money as well in the league. I don't know.
Why don't you just admit Arsenal?
Let me ask
you
this.
Bro, how we blew Arsenal when we win trophies?
We won't win it this year, but maybe next year.
Hold on a second. Hold on. We've won 2 trophies last season.
So why are you phasing it? Why are you phasing it to the year after? Why are you phasing it then?
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying that I don't think we're going to win.
You said the year after.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to win the league next season. We'll be in a title race. I don't think we win the league. What's wrong with saying that?
I'm not understanding the kind of chest because for me, with all the money that you've spent, all the players that you should be you've brought in, Charlie, really what you should be saying is we're winning the league. We'll take, we're winning. Or, do you know what I mean?
But I could say that, but I'd be being disingenuous and not being truthful.
No, I hear that. But for me, it's like, if you're just competing, then you're no different to Spurs in a way. And just, look, I'm trying to be polite about Chelsea and what they've done. I'm on the fence with Chelsea. I think they're very much improved. However, there are some gaping holes. The biggest one being your goalkeeper.
Agreed.
No serious team in the top 6 is going to have a keeper like Sanchez. And this bravado about shaking your bum for winning the Club World Cup when you played a seriously fatigued PSG. You're going to see more of a PSG on Wednesday than the one that turned up in that simply because they've had a break. These guys have literally just played the Champions League final and then played another month of football, and Chelsea are shaking their bum. And
we didn't do the same thing. We didn't play the same amount of football. No?
You played Luka Modric, that was born in 1984 on the weekend. 1984, making him 42 next year, and you're shaking your bum like you're. See, look, well done, you've improved, but really and truly, you, Newcastle, Spurs, and Arsenal, we're all on the same page.
We're better than Newcastle, Deji. Come on, we're better than Newcastle.
I'm not sure. I think if Newcastle keep Isak,
Yeah, that's a big if.
I'll probably edge you.
Well, we finished above Newcastle last season, and they had Isak. We still beat them last season over the
Ali, you better than Arsenal.
Yeah, I think this season we will finish above them. Yeah.
So if Arsenal are expected to be in a title race and expected to win it, if Arteta's neck is on the line and you're better than Arsenal, shouldn't you be neck and neck with Liverpool to the end then?
Well, hopefully yes, but I don't think we're quite good enough to do that.
Hopefully.
But I think City are better than Arsenal as well. I think Arsenal will finish 4th this year.
Yeah.
I love it. What's happening?
Guys, Charlie.
We are so back, man.
This is ridiculous, man.
But is it ridiculous to say that Arsenal will be 4th?
I think listen, I'm telling you now, yeah. Everyone's overrating Chelsea, mate. Yeah. Last season, yeah. No, seriously, last season you finished 4th. Yeah. How many games did Cole Palmer play in the group stage of the Conference League?
He didn't play any Conference League.
He didn't play any because they rested him because the competition's that dead that they could play the C team and still win it. This season, they're going to have to cope with Premier League, ruthless games, and then the Champions League, where they're not going to be able to rest Cole Palmer and leave him in London while everybody else goes to these random countries and plays these teams. They're going to have to play Wednesday, Saturday. And I don't think you're going to be able to cope with that and be in a title race.
Yeah, I think
you top 4, I think you get top 5 or whatever. I think you'll re-qualify. I don't think you're going to be in a title race, man.
No, we'll see. We'll see.
Charlie, can I ask you a quick question? Right, I appreciate and look, I'm honestly, if we don't win the league, I don't usually give a shit where people come 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. However, I do think the top 4 will be done this season. I do think the top 4 in some form of order will be Liverpool, City, Arsenal, and Chelsea. That's what I truly believe, right? And I hope that everyone thinks that Chelsea and City will finish above Arsenal because that takes the pressure off somehow. Because you can't say Arteta's got to go if you think we're going to come 4th and we come 4th, surely. But for me, I think he's got to win a trophy or he goes. However, I just want to know if Chelsea fans do believe they'll win the league. I look back in history. I don't know a team that's won the Premier League with a goalkeeper as bad as Robert Sanchez and a back line of Badiashile, Chalobah, and Tosin. That's all I'm saying. So if you get 2 centre halves and a goalkeeper in, I think you're rocking. I think you've got a great chance. But until you do that, I don't think you'll win the league, bro.
No, by the way, I didn't say we're going to win the league this season. We'll challenge and we're in the race. I agree. We need a better goalkeeper, 100%. We need a better goalkeeper. The centre-back issue is a problem. Fofana, who I think is a top player, can't keep himself fit. Obviously lost Colwell for the season. It'll be interesting whether we go in and get another one. We need to go and get another one, whether that's Mark Gurhey, whether that's someone else. We've got to go and get someone else in. But those would be my 2 concerns, a goalkeeper and then the centre-back scenario. However, the midfield is great. And going forward, we've massively revamped that forward line. Obviously, 3 new signings in, probably 2 more. Simmons hopefully will come. And then Garnacho obviously is inevitably going to come. We got loads of options in that final third. A lot of good players and loads of options to rotate between. So I get LB's point that, we were playing once a week technically last season with the first team and that. And it is going to be a step up to playing, your first team twice a week. But I think we've got the options and the quality and depth to deal with that.
Okay. LB, just quickly, sorry, I appreciate Billy and Errol haven't come in yet, and I do want to come to you next, but I wanted to just put this comment up. Potts, can you ask LB why he thinks Newcastle are better than Chelsea, despite Chelsea finishing above them twice in a row?
I think they're a better team. And I feel like Chelsea get going this year with Champions League. I don't think they'll like it.
But Newcastle got Champions League as well this year.
Yeah, no, but I think they've got a better team. I think they've got a better manager. I think they've got a better team.
And they got Isak still.
And they've still got Isak. And they've got one of the best midfielders in the league. And they've got a better defence than you. And they've got better goalkeepers than you. It's not rocket science, really. People just go off the name. People are just like, oh, Chelsea, because it's Chelsea Football Club. You actually deep it for a second, yeah? You're expecting me to think that, like, what signings have you made that are going to make you progress massively up that table in addition to competing in the Champions League? I just don't see it.
Garnacho and the lap.
Garnacho, Gittins and that. What are we doing?
I think what's interesting to me, and look, I'm not one who sits there and loves off Arsenal, right? I just think it's funny that we signed Zubimendi and Gyökeres and a link heavily with Eze, but Chelsea signed Delap and João Pedro, and it's like, well, they're ahead of Arsenal. Done deal. I don't get that personally. I think they've got to do a lot more than that personally. I think Gyökeres is better than Liam Delap, and I think that Eze is better than Jamie Gittins if he comes in. I think Zubimendi is a really good player for us. Everybody seemed to believe that he was one of the best TMs in Europe that Liverpool and City wanted. But all of a sudden, Chelsea have done better business with Jamie Gittins and Liam Delap and João Pedro, because that's all they've signed, right? Or am I wrong?
Their midfield's better
as well.
Their midfield's better than ours, Wolf. Yeah, I agree with that, but that was already there.
Yeah, but if they've strengthened around that midfield, then that's probably the argument for it. I mean, I don't think Delap's going to be the guy leading your line. You know, is Pedro a straight out 9? I think he plays better slightly in the pocket. I still don't think. I think Chelsea should have just gone out and got a gunman, like a proven one, and a goalkeeper. Then you can seriously talk about a title race.
Okay, that's interesting. Errol, you've been sitting there very quietly, my bro, just loving life. I don't know if it's because Liverpool lost yesterday and you can't be asked, or what it is, bro. What's your thoughts on this, man?
Anfield South, you call it?
That's what they do call it, yeah, allegedly. I can answer this one of two ways. The teams that are going to be in a title race have got fan representatives wearing black in this show tonight. That's one way that I can do this and make it a very quick end of the debate.
Let me go get changed.
The alternative way of doing it is asking you guys which one of you are confident that you can raise your hand to the statement. Do you back your team to do 90 plus points this season? If you do, you're in a title race. Raise your hand now.
Oh, Wolfie, man, what are we doing here?
90 plus points.
You're the one who said you're in it till you're not.
No. But this is my metrics. 90 plus points, and you're in a title race. If you can rock with that, put your hand up.
I can get that.
I like the first question. I like the first one.
I thought you might, but in reality,
non-committal dead, man.
I've said that all summer. That in terms of the business that Arsenal have went and done in the summer transfer window, the fact that City have done a mad revamp in terms of the wholesale changes that they've had to have. The teams Chelsea now looking to make those improvements. Obviously, Liverpool improving some of their squad. I think there will be 2 teams this season that push that 90-point barrier, and they will be the teams that are in a title race come the end of the season. Do we get 3? I'd be very hard pressed to see 3 teams getting plus 90, but I can definitely say 2 teams around this table here will be on 90 plus points. And if you believe your team has the ability to do that, then of course you should say you're going to be in a title race.
Who are the 2 you think? You think it's City and Liverpool?
At this moment in time, I only think of one. And that's just me being really honest with you. That is genuinely me being really honest with you in the sense that I think if Liverpool need to push 90 points and we get Alexander Isak, it's a done. It's a wrap. I don't know who that other team is. It could be Arsenal. Arsenal could step up to the challenge this year and really go toe-to-toe if they have to, and if they find themselves close within touching distance. Likewise, it could be City. City could just come back and go back to the level that they had been 3 or 4 years ago. Overnight, almost. I'm a bit reserved. I haven't seen enough of City over pre-season. I haven't heard enough of I know you're doing quite a bit outgoings at the minute. The last week or so, you've had quite a few outgoings. I think you're going to do some late business that'll look like it'll be good business for you. But I think that there'll just be 2. There'll be 2 teams that get plus 90 points. And if you believe your team is in that bracket, then yeah, by all means, say you're going to be in a title race. But if not, I don't think there's any shame in saying we're not going to hit 90 plus points. We just want Champions League footy. I think that's valid as well.